Okay, we'd like to welcome in NCTV now to our broadcast as the parade has got to the corner up there each year. WLCT and WEEN TV, they kind of get together and one of us does some talking, the other one does some filming, and boy, it really makes a beautiful parade. Thanks to Barry Hite, Clint Carter, and all the gang for being up there in the weather and taping this for us. And matter of fact, Don, this is live.
It is live.
It is live as it's happening. It is. And everyone, of course, is going to enjoy this. And we have the parade now that is coming around the corner onto the square. And Don, I think I saw the very first one that's coming by that it's not talked about that much, and that's a game warden. And people don't understand a lot of times about a game warden. They protect our animals, our fish, that's number right. That's taken, the number, and you know what? They can stop you on the road. Mm-hmm. If you're violating a Tennessee law, they can stop you on the road. And generally they don't do that because we have Chief Gann and Sheriff Wilburn does all that and does a fine job doing it too. But boy, I hear music. I'm getting there into it now, Don.
You see those, you see any flashing lights?
Yes.
You do? Have you seen a doctor?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just flashing lights.
my
That's
okay.
right.
Sure, optometrist, I'll get it right. And our first float is coming, or our first vehicle's coming through, and that's probably what the Macon County Sheriff.
That is our Macon County Sheriff, Joey Wilburn.
Joey Wilburn. Joey's first year as a sheriff. Love him to death. I love the things that he's trying to do out at the Sheriff's Department, and who knows 4 years from now what a great shape the Sheriff's Department's going to be in.
And of course we got City of Lafayette Police Chief Stacy Gann.
You know, Stacy took this job on several years ago and has never looked back.
That's right.
Stacy has taken care of the city limits of Lafayette, Tennessee, and doing one heck of a job. He's another one of my little kids that I used to have, growing up, and he's very close to the family with Linda and I, and just a fine young man.
And, of course, here you got your Red Bowling Springs Police Department is being represented as well.
Good. Glad you're here, and we'll see you again this afternoon. We'll be going over to Red Bowling Springs with the night version of Christmas.
Aren't they beautiful, though? Those lights and everything lit up, the floats and everything.
You can talk about it all you want to until you see it. You won't believe it.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, everything's flashing lights and stuff. Hey, somewhere in this crowd, I have two great grandchildren.
Oh, my.
First Christmas in Macon County for those two. Say hi to my little great-grandson, Jackson. And also, there's some candy coming out, not getting to us.
And that's more the Macon County Sheriff's Office. Right there. And, of course, look here. Sergeant William Cherry, in remembrance of Sergeant William Cherry, who passed away. And
yes, sir, that is
he was a good man.
And did you ever think about what would have happened if he hadn't been there that day, hadn't been around that day where he's at? Tragic. All right, here we go. We got some little kids sticking their heads out of there, and that's also with the police department.
There you go. There comes our one of our parade banners there.
And Don, while we're talking now, I don't.
There's our Grand Marshal right there.
Yeah, Nancy Doss. Nancy, thank you for all you have done for Macon County, dear. I hope you got your radio on because you're an exceptional lady.
Now here you go. Here's one of our favorite groups are here.
Stop right here and play one now. This is the television radio.
Our Macon County High School Marching Tigers Band.
And you could also say concert band. They do concerts in the square. Oh, boy. This I'm going to hush right now and let you listen to this great music. Our Macon County Tiger Pride Band is going to play for us. Makes you want to dance, don't it?
It does. Toe tapping.
Wonderful.
Outstanding.
I wonder if my great-granddaughter Hallie Grace could hear that. She loves music. Yeah, she just been born not too long ago. Now I got Cora Kirby and her brother. I've got 4 great-grandchildren involved in this. Keaton Kirby, I think is, yeah, I sometimes forget their name, they get to meet so many. So right behind our band, Don.
Of course, that's our right there, one of our band floats and the band bus right here. Now, of course, now we got coming up the Almena Temple Shriners.
Bless their hearts. You know, I want to tell you something, it's every year. They never back down from being at Macon County. And what a great job they do. Anytime they're on the square or they need donation or something, it may not be that much, but I'll give them what I've got.
That's right.
They do such wonderful work.
It's good to see all of them up there, too.
Yes, Almena Shriners. Sure is. Merry Christmas, all you guys. Wonderful,
Merry Christmas.
wonderful, wonderful. I think one of them called me Ronald.
Ronald.
I haven't been called Ronald since my dad got mad at me last time. So here. Now, I don't know if we'll have the motorcycles or not, scooters, and the clowns. You got that?
There
Yeah.
we go. Speak of the devils. Look, there come those clowns.
Look at them.
Look at
They
there.
going over in the crowd saying hi to the little boys and girls.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is one of the
they-
things, if you're not here, able to be here, you miss out on the Shriners clowns.
Yeah. But you can always see them on North Central TV.
Exactly. Tune in and
It is
check
live
those out.
as it's happening. Don, it's going to be replayed at a later date. And I want to watch it.
yeah.
I want to see what you look like on television behind that big column there.
Yeah, I don't think they got me. I'm right out of the way.
One of the most favored here is the Shriners Clowns. And sometimes I think they're more popular than Santa Claus himself.
I believe so. Now, there's Cynthia Jones and Connie Blackwell, some of our Macon County officials, Register of Deeds and court clerk. And also here comes our wildlife resource agents right there.
Look at that big boat he's pulling there.
Look at that.
I wish you wouldn't do that to me. I'd like to be on the lake.
wanna be
and
on the boat.
That'd be a perfect boat to be on the river with right now. Wow. Thanks for him being here. And, hey, everybody recognized the looks of that particular boat. It's not a bass boat or anything, not a ski boat. But if one should pull up to you, to slow down.
There's our Macon County EMS right there. They're represented in their gator, I guess, right there. Look at that, tossing candy out for folks. What will we do without our EMS work?
You know something, without elaborating, I can look at the Macon County EMS and say thank you for saving my life.
Yeah.
And then understand the rest of it.
I'm so glad that they did that, Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Me too. I think my wife's even glad.
I'm sure she is.
There's one of our ambulances. That might be the one that took me to Bowling Green in.
It could have been.
Yeah. How would you take
They
this?
should have got you an autograph, that.
Yeah. How would you take this? My wife and I, Linda, have been married 58 years. And the other day she told me, seriously, Ronnie, you're my favorite husband. How would you take this?
Well, you say 58 years? Now, you look like you could be that old, but she sure doesn't.
No, she doesn't. I agree with you.
Our West Macon Rescue Squad.
And you know something, they developed that in West Macon over around the West Side School because they're going to save that 5 or 7, 10 minutes from Lafayette over to there in case of an emergency. They know what to do.
Look at
Grinch.
that. The Grinch is on the Red Bull and Springs Fire Department's truck, and of course our Lafayette Fire Department as well. I heard one of the firemen, one of the firemen was over there at one of the local restaurants, and they had some police officers there and the firemen there, and one of the firemen asked the policeman, "You know why God made firemen?" And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because even the police can have a hero."
I love
But, thank God we have all the good folks we do in law enforcement, fire protection, and our EMS squads. And it's good to see them all represented here today.
Absolutely. The bright lights blinking, the emergency lights blinking. And I tell you, Don, I remember whenever I got to where I could recognize
Look at that. You go, oh, that's a good antique car.
It sure is, buddy. That's a Dodge.
That's a good muscle car right there.
When I was old enough to remember, I can remember the first ambulance that was in Macon County. I can remember the first EMS emergency vehicle that was in Macon County.
Was that one with a
101 years ago, I'm 78.
a horse and cart?
Yeah. Oh, here's a tractor trailer rig. And this one, if this truck was seen by a movie producer, I can believe they would use that truck in a movie.
There's our buddy Philip Smith and Susie there.
And the Studebaker.
There you go. Merry Christmas, guys.
Now, I love Philip to death, but I wouldn't mind having the truck.
Kevin
and Susie.
Porter. There's Kevin Porter and his.
Yeah. Boy, isn't it nice?
It is, man. They got all their vehicles just dressed up for Christmas.
Sure have.
Evergreen Christmas trees on them. But here's some of the names we have. Of course, we had Randy Slayton, Galen Pettigo, Mike Hooten, Philip Smith, Kevin Porter, Anthony Graves, Jimmy Muneer, Bill McClanahan, and Randy Goad are in the antique car and truck categories. And they're still going down through there.
There went a
Chevelle
Chevy.
Super Sport.
I'm not sure if that was a Model T Chevrolet that went past us or not. Love to have it.
Would you like to be on the back of one of those trucks throwing candy, Ronnie? Maybe next year you can. You won't have to worry about it since you're retiring. You can be up there on the parade, in the parade, throwing candy.
Well, this and Veterans Day and stuff, I hope they don't kick me off. I enjoy doing this. I love it. I really do. This is my life right here. Being around kids, I love it to death. Now that's one of the demolition derby vehicles.
Yep.
Number 14 there. He's not been crashed around too much yet. And hopefully he don't get dented up in this parade.
You know, and look at all the folks too waving. Everybody is just so happy to be here.
Don, is so wonderful.
What was it, about 3 years ago or so, when all the COVID was out? You know, people
Yes, it
couldn't
was.
get out and do it. Man, people
2020.
They I don't think people take things like that for granted anymore.
No,
you know, because you never know stuff that could stop your life and put a halt on going out and doing things and seeing people you want. But you know, when you can get out here and congregate in a crowd like the, you know, Lafayette Christmas Parade, and of course later on the Red Bull and Springs Christmas Parade, it says a lot when you see the people get together.
Absolutely, that's the mainest thing.
Everybody has something in common, and you know, one thing in Christmas time everybody has in common is that they're happy. But what makes it even better is that they have a reason to be happy, and they recognize that in each other, and they can have that connectivity with it.
There's a big blown up Santa Claus on a Jeep there.
He's just reared back, isn't he?
Don, if I can elaborate on what you said, why does it have to be Christmas to be nice to somebody?
That's right. We should be able to do that every day of the year.
We could have Christmas 12 months a year in that aspect. Open the door for an older person than you. Say thank you every once in a while. Be kind to a girl that makes a mistake at a cash register or something.
Right.
And, you know, we can do this and be the happiest county in the world. There's Mr. Woodard there. Got some folks in the back of his vehicle.
And let's see, there, that one says Rocky Hooten Logging.
Rocky Hooten. You know, some trees cut down, if they're big enough around, like me, around the belt line, they'll get them trees for you, buddy. And we've got plenty of trucks and stuff that.
I'm glad, you know, as much as it was raining earlier, you've had people show up and stick out, you know, and stake a spot out in it.
And unfortunately, I think the dampness has washed away some of the numbers on the vehicles, and we're having trouble seeing the numbers so we can accurately tell you who they are.
But, you know, of course, we can go down through there and read these names as we go as well.
There's the affordable renovations. Doors, windows, vinyl siding. A pretty good occupation. That's what me and my buddy Mickey Chambers were doing for several years. We lost Mickey a couple of years ago.
Yeah, unlike
And-
me, Mickey's a good fella.
Oh, great fella, man. I tell you, I still miss the guy. I miss him, miss him.
Playing cards there at the VFW.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He was just
If
a
I
good
walked
person.
in there once or twice, he'd be in there at that table right at his spot. Wouldn't
Yes, sir. Yeah. Nobody got in Mickey's spot. He was a kind-hearted person. So, Mickey, I hope you're looking down from heaven and agreeing to our parade here in Macon County. I'm sure you are.
he? Now, we've got some of our young girls out here, a dance troupe.
Yes, we have. And again,
Look at this paperwork here.
the number has been. Let's see if we had Jennifer up here, she could tell us who that is. Yeah. Oh, they're doing a routine for us. Is that cheerleaders now, or is it dancing? No, it's dancing. These girls have taps. I hope you can hear that over our WLCT microphones. That, Don, is called clogging.
Yep. And
Oh, that, Don, is called breaking a leg. Oh, God.
I tell you what, Ronnie, these folks out here, look at them all. They're so pretty dressed up in their Christmas dresses.
They are. Meow. Ooh. I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's vehicle is backfiring over there on
I
the other
hope
side
that's
of the
what
square.
it was. I hope that's what it was. Yeah. Oh, these girls are,
They're good, aren't
can I
they?
say, shaking a leg?
They are. They're shaking the leg, tapping those toes out there in the
They
pavement.
are. When a lot of times back when I was fortunate enough to be playing music, we had a fiddle in the band, and we'd have square dances. We had my brother-in-law would call. You don't hear of a caller now for square dances, but he would call. We'd have buck dancing, square dancing. It's just
Round
times
and round
have
they
changed.
go. Round and round they
round
go.
and around they go. And boy, these girls dancing out there, they're generating quite a bit of people watching and enjoying what they're doing there. Have just a little bit of delay off the square going up the Scottsville Road as we have slowed down a little bit.
I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I think that's the Showcase of Stars girls is what they're
I think so.
out there. I believe that's who that is. I mean, those are the only girls I know that get out around that age. Those young ladies get out there and they do their dance numbers and such. So
Well, I tell you what.
I'm proud to say I'm sure that's our Showcase of Stars.
If it's
right
not stars, they'll be our stars.
there. That's right. They are
Showcase,
stars
yeah.
today for sure.
Absolutely, doing a great job.
That's got to be tricky too, to be out there with those kind of tap shoes and everything like that, and dancing on the where the rain is pavement, as you know, where the rain has come through and
You know-
everything like that too.
You know something, I've done a lot of that buck dancing and stuff on hardwood floors. That's slick and it just contours to your taps on your shoes. But on the asphalt, I'm glad you brought that up. These girls are doing a fabulous job on the asphalt.
They haven't missed a lick, have they?
No, and my opinion is, well, they're getting a nice deserved round of applause. My opinion is these girls has not practiced on asphalt before.
Probably not. Now I believe here coming up, our category is for the nonprofit clubs. And of course
That
they've
is
got-
another bunch of little Santa's elves all over. Well, they several of those kids, aren't they?
That's right.
Nice looking float. If I can see, that's a showcase of stars
Yep.
there, which included the dancers we had in front of them.
Now I think Cub Scouts, Pack 402.
That's a nice.
Look at them young fellas too. They
Yeah.
got a great start right here to service in the community.
I thought that the Cub Scouts were in here somewhere. And while you're talking, I'll see if I can find those.
Yeah, we go. We got the 2 floats with our Cub Scouts on them. Cub Scouts Pack 402. And here comes your Lafayette Lions Club float. And we can't thank Lafayette Lions Club. Well, you know, Lafayette Lions Club, Linus Lions Club, you know, all the clubs around in our community that do the most they can to serve the community.
You know, what can you say about the Lions Club? Once again, you could talk about those guys in that group for hours.
Of course, our 4-H, you know, we mentioned about the Cub Scouts getting an early start helping serve the community. Our 4-H kids, too, that's one good thing. You know, it'll help promote confidence and leadership skills and such. Mm-hmm. And those are some of our future leaders, I'll bet, right there on that
Absolutely,
float,
Don. Great point there. These kids is not going to just grow up and get an education and leave. You're absolutely right. They're going to be directing this county.
Of course, here's our Girl Scouts.
See, they little smarter than we are. You and I would be out there walking this thing. They get a ride.
That's right. They get to climb on the back of that wagon and just enjoy themselves.
I just wonder, a showcase of stars, they must have stayed out there for 5 minutes or more doing the buck dancing on the asphalt, and then they had to take off walking again.
Now, I get to speak every now and then to Ms. Laura Merlot about the 37150 Community Center. That's their float. Merry Christmas from the 37150.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy that they've got a spot designated. They haven't broke ground yet, but they've got a spot over there near the Thomas House. They will have a community center eventually.
Well, they will be in the parade in Red Barn tonight.
Our Sons of the Confederate Veterans. That's right there is some southern Macon County history. You know, those are family descendants that were in the Civil War, and, you know.
We had a gentleman speaking on that at one of our veterans breakfasts, and it's surprising how much involvement Macon County had in the Civil War.
Now, there's a new thing come up, Ronnie. It's because of Billy Bob's house. Now, that place right there, you have kids sometimes, for whatever reason, you know, DCS has to remove a child from a home and place them sometimes counties away, cities away, in different places, and they wake up and go to a school they don't even know. But this right here, Billy Bob's house, is going to be one of those places that can help kids that are unfortunate enough to have to be taken away and placed somewhere.
Well, we pray for those.
And we've got Hope Family Health, and here's our Diamond Divas travel softball team. I know you're a big fan of softball.
Big fan, and these girls look to be under the age of 14, maybe 15, younger than that, and that is a special team put together that in softball season they travel. They take on New York Yankees, the LA Dodgers, just anybody wants to play softball. And good luck to them.
Our Mason County Masonic Lodge.
Throwing that candy out, and I ain't had a piece of it come this way yet.
All of our Masons here, Freemasons in Macon County, tossing that candy out, waving to the crowds. Now, I believe we're going to be starting our church groups next.
And
here's our First Baptist Church of Red Bowling Springs. Look at that float, Ronnie.
Beautiful. We have, our churches has really come together, especially this year, and done just a wonderful, wonderful job supporting the parade here in Lafayette.
Here's our Highland General Baptist Church float. You know, a church is a place where everybody can go and have fellowship. You can pray and worship anywhere, Ronnie, but when you get to a church and you can have that togetherness and know those people are there for you, that's what fellowship's all about.
Now, I say amen to that.
I love to see all the churches come together and promote this Christmas parade as well.
You know, Don, this one has their belief, this one has their belief, but in need, they can all mesh together and believe in one thing.
That's right. Everyone's right because it's what's right for them.
Yep.
And that's one thing, you know, here we got our Evergreen Dreams for, I think this is the Lafayette Church of Christ.
Look at this one, would you?
Oh, look there. How'd they get that set up? Look like they're sledding downhill. That's a nice looking float right there.
It certainly is.
Evergreen Hebrews.
That is the first place.
Hebrews 13 and 8.
That is the first place float there, Don, in that division. The Church of Christ.
His goodness and love of Evergreen.
Second place would be the Lafayette Missionary Baptist Church. That should be 207.
Of course, we've still got a couple more before they come through.
Mm-hmm.
That's still some of our Lafayette Church of Christ. They're on foot waving.
What do you like most about that?
What's that?
Younger people.
Oh, yeah.
Involved
Yeah,
in
you see
that.
that. You see the younger people involved being
Yes,
a part.
sir, Betty. Yes, sir. Yeah, you're never too young to be a child of God. End of quote.
You know, how many churches have we seen that, you know, have had people there their whole lives and they're elders now, and the elders worry about the future of their church because they want to invigorate and get new life brought into the church.
Right.
But, you know, if you have that life there all from the beginning, those children in that church, they will be there and they'll stay there.
I say that about that like I do a lot of things. You know, younger people bring younger ideas.
Right.
And for the most part, more educated. Ours is Lafayette Church of Christ, Lafayette, Tennessee, and they've got the second place, as we mentioned. I'm going to go through this list
wow.
of winners here.
I like this. Look at there. It's from Rudolph. You've got the abominable snowman.
The
You've got Dolly.
abominable.
You've got Yukon Cornelius. Look at all those Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer characters.
And they've got, does all of them live in that igloo? Or that tent? It's got smoke coming out of
And
it.
look at that. They got a big Tennessee Department Services waste can as a giant present. And you've had two. You've got the Holy Family Catholic Church. Look at there. They're so happy and everything.
Loaded down with youngsters once again. And some middle age.
But you
Merry
had your
Christmas to all of them.
We've had our Harvest Fellowship Church, a Holy Family Catholic Church. Now, of course, also we've got in the schedule for the round out is the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. Has a
Absolutely.
float. And then finally following up that will be the Lafayette Missionary Baptist Church in our church categories.
You know, I'm looking down Church Street, the other floats coming toward the square, and if it keeps getting bigger than this, we're going to have Tri-County raise the wires around the square for them to get in under. We got some big floats coming up.
I like the way they incorporated real trees into that too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That goes in one of the requirements there also.
And there we go. There's another beautiful float. Look at all those. Now, those huge lights right there, those are look like balloons.
Yes.
Blown up. And they look like Christmas lights suspended. But this is your Lafayette Missionary Baptist Church's float.
You got enough wind to blow all those balloons up.
Little fella there dressed up like a cow. You may not get a kid to dress up like anything like that, you know, unless it's a special occasion. You think, Ronnie?
Absolutely, buddy.
Now, of course, I think we got our pageant queens will be coming up soon as well.
Do you know when the kids involve themselves in this parade like this, as they get older, they're going to continue this Christmas parades. They will be the ones making the honors out here on our streets.
Yeah, here's our pageant queens. As you can see there, right there, got all of them wear their tiaras and their crowns.
Little Miss Macon, I guess it is. There is Emma.
Here's Gracie Cox right there, Miss Baby Show.
Well, we wish we could
But
get
yeah, we
every
had-
name of everyone
We
participating.
had
It's
the
just
Macon
impossible.
County, had the Macon County Fair Board, Donna Metter and Edlin East, Gracie Cox. This one is Beth Tuttle, Miss Macon County High School, Beth Tuttle. And I believe coming up next should be Mila Whittemore. And there she is, of course, in the Whittemore Roofing's truck. Look at there.
They'll keep you dry.
And of course, we've still got a ways to go, Ronnie. We've
Yes,
still
we
got the
have.
small business floats and vehicles to come around as well.
I don't see Santa yet down
Oh,
Church
no,
Street.
no, we still got
we
quite
got
a bit to go.
a ways to go.
There's Charlie and Paisley. Look at those pictures of those little girls on there. Boy, I tell you, there's a lot of Grinches out there. I've seen
Yeah, I can't believe that rascal
You only
Waldo
need-
was giving candy away as tight as he is.
Yeah, you see several times the Grinch making an appearance out here. I think he just ducks back and hides and jumps back out whenever he
Jumps
wants.
back into it.
You only got one Santa Claus, though.
Yeah.
Now here we go, Bouncing Beans Inflatables LLC. I tell you what, anytime you've got to get together at your house, Ronnie, you want to get some bouncing houses or anything like that, you holler at me. We'll be there.
Yes, sir. Of any shape, form, or whatever.
And looky here.
It's a nice float.
Is that Brenda Lee out here?
Who is that character?
Armadillo Medical Services. That must be. Look at that big Christmas armadillo up there waving to people.
Look at that, would you? And I don't even recognize him.
Oh, me.
Oh, he big
That's an
rascal.
armadillo, all right.
Yes, it is.
You got Warner Towing pulling up here. You got their Christmas tree on the back of their truck there.
Appreciate them being in our Christmas parade. Oh, nice looking record truck they got there. Rollback.
That's Misty Gines with
That is the whole.
Sudsy Cheeks. Christian and Joe Lawnmower Shop. You remember, you know
Yeah.
Joe and Christian. Boy, I tell you what,
Sure
they
do.
always got a pocket knife for you if you want. And Christian, he is one of the most friendly fellas I've ever met.
Absolutely.
Salon 501 out there throwing that candy as hard as they can. I don't know.
Not hard enough, though.
And here's your 615 boutique right here on the square. There's Allie and some of her girls going around. They're coming up next. Let's see what we got here. Well, look at there. Look at all those.
Well, we got a fifth wheel Dodge truck.
That is Rustic Ruffles. And there, Hannah and her group up there. Look at the way they've got their clothes.
Look at that
on the
snow on
mannequins
those
and
Christmas
stuff.
trees, too.
Yeah. They got those suspended out there really nice and everything. Looks like you're shopping right out in the middle of a evergreen forest.
You got it.
Of course, here we go. Here's some more inflatables. It's Hayesville's Inflatables.
Now,
People love to decorate their yard. When I was a kid, you didn't have these, but you know, you get
True.
these inflatables, all these different Christmas scenes, cartoon, even Halloween characters and
absolutely.
stuff.
But
So you
some
can
of
always
the
check
some of
with
the
them.
yards now in Lafayette has got inflatables, Christmas oriented, and boy, I mean they got them everywhere.
Then we got 4-lane mobile. A couple of floats going through there. Oh, look at there, some candy. You want the pineapple or you want the peanut butter cup?
Pineapple.
All righty.
Wouldn't have had that if Ivan hadn't brought it up here. These kids are just not as strong this year as they have been in the past.
That's right. You're going to have to make somebody mad so they can hit you with that candy, Ronnie. I can't believe nobody's throwing their candy hard at you.
Lord, man.
Here we go, Studio Bloom.
At me or to me?
What's that?
With throwing the candy at me or to me?
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Pretty young ladies out there waving, beautiful smiles from Studio Bloom.
Donna meet up with it. I love this.
On here, look at this truck, Ronnie. My good friend Adam Foster, him and his family. There's little Teddy on the back. Look at that truck right there. Teddy!
Isn't that something?
She's my little buddy, Teddy.
that's an
she's
old truck,
she's
too.
special.
Yeah.
This is a slab by the barn. Look at here. Look at that tank right there. See the tank?
I
That's
love
what they're
it.
talking about, tanking on the barn.
Right.
Just sit back and relax. And take your dirt bikes or your four-wheelers out. And Ben Bray Real Estate and Auction. Some of his, there's Miss Stephanie. She keeps them running up there. She's tossing those candy bars and everything out. And Ben Bray, I get to talk with him every Wednesday. He's a good
If
fella.
you've never been to a chamber banquet, you need to attend one just to listen to Ben Bray do the auction.
He talks fast, doesn't he?
It is nonstop with him, buddy.
And you've got JMC Tool and Die. Of course, coming up next, man, we've had a lot of floats out here today. And it's great to see so many folks, whether it's an organization, a church, a business, a club, all represented. They are really, really good at that. Here comes a big fan favorite, Merry Christmas from Modern Automotive Group.
Got it.
Marcus, he loves to throw those big, giant candy bars
Yes, he
out.
does. Big Hershey bars. And
If he's got his radio on, he better toss one up here to me.
But one, wait a minute, I'm here with you now.
It's big
Marcus,
enough.
bring him up here.
It's big enough we can share it.
Yeah. Bring some up here to the radio crew. Yeah, he does. I got one year he threw it to me there when we was out beside the street, and they are giant Hershey bars.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I might have gained 10 pounds, but I have lost it since.
Now, here you go. There's Bellagio Granite. There's my little buddy. See that little dog right there?
Yes, yes.
Monica and her little might as well say that's her child right there.
Her
That
child.
little bulldog there.
You sound like my daughter's got a big bulldog. That's her child.
Now, I think this is the Treble Makers.
Hey, I
The
wish
Treble Makers
I wish
Choir.
they'd stop and sing for us.
They did a great job up there at both Veterans Day banquets.
They
Sponsored by,
certainly do.
you had one sponsored by Citizens Bank and the other one by Macon Bank and Trust. And the Treble Makers appeared at both of them.
Yes.
Showing their respect for our veterans.
Do a wonderful, wonderful job.
Look at these kids. They are just happy to wave at people and share that, that love of the holiday.
And I pray that they stay happy like that.
Indeed. Yep. We got 3 floats full of treble makers.
Oh, we have.
That's something you don't always hear, that term treble maker. Isn't that neat, though?
Well, little
a good-
kids that age are supposed to be troublemakers.
Right. I'd rather be treble makers.
Yeah, since it's involved in music, she has appropriately named them treble makers. That's where that came from.
Now, this should start our large business floats and vehicles with Soul Design cabinetry. Look at that.
Looks like one of the big high-rise apartments down in
It
Nashville,
does.
doesn't it? Yeah.
That
it
one
does.
fella there looks like he's got hit in the face with a snowball. Reckon he's Jack
Sure
Frost.
did. He could
Now look
be.
at this old muscle-up fella here.
Ooh. That's King Kong, ain't it?
I think it's supposed to be Tarzan.
Tarzan. Well, that's close.
Christmas in the Jungle. That's from our Citizens Bank friends.
And that's a nice float, you
Who
know.
is that in that Tarzan? I want to say, is that Doug Hale?
I don't know.
And you got your Macon Bank and Trust float here as well. There's Miss Key Keene. She is really good at helping us get in our home. If y'all need that, y'all be sure and holler at her as well. All the folks at Macon Bank and Trust, thank you too. There's Miss Tracy Wilburn on the float, Towson Kennedy, but thank y'all for having us set up right here in front of the bank for the Christmas parade.
NCTC. Beautiful, beautiful float.
Give them a call, Ronnie.
Yes, sir. 2151, as a matter of fact. Hook up to it and get this channel. Yeah, I like it when they bring the trees and stuff out there and the snow is on the trees. It looks like they're way out in the forest somewhere.
Now, do you know who that young lady is right there in that red polka dot dress? That red dress with white polka dots?
That's Minnie Mouse.
That's Minnie Mouse. On the other side is Mickey. That's our Macon Community Hospital van.
Yeah.
And, of course, what better way to get kids looking? If you ain't seen Santa Claus yet, you get some of these great cartoon characters. Of course, now here comes our ATV, UTV golf carts category.
Multitudes of them.
Oh, man. I'm just going to go down the list and
Do
name
it.
the name. We got Royce Kirby, Brittany Conyer, Jax Dallas, Mark West, Catherine Newberry, Reagan Newberry, Heath Connor, Allie Morgan, Ray York, Jason Bartley, Johnson family, Bryson Bennett, the Jones family, the Johns family, Keita Robinson, Kaylee Driver, Ellie Driver, Hayden Driver, and Jack Hoskins. Those are all going around
ATVs.
right now, yeah. And look at that old General Lee rendition there, the orange with the old one on it.
Of course, you don't know where that you got the sounds too. You don't know where the General Lee originated, what TV program it was, do you?
Just a good old boys.
Just a good old boy.
Dukes of Hazzard.
I like that. ATVs with the flashing lights on the back,
Yeah,
stuck out like a fishing pole.
they do. They really know how to grab some attention.
They
with
sure
those
do.
lights and the way they decorate all of our floats and their vehicles. Everybody loves a parade. And Ronnie Mal, I don't y'all hear him, but if you could see my good friend Ronnie Mal, he's like a big kid up here, smiles, just watching everybody around.
I love it. I had a position here on the square that blocked off for my wife and granddaughter Kara to bring my 2 great grandchildren over here and to be close. Now they got stuck somewhere and said they had to be up around Rite Aid before they could park, I think. So I hope they got to see the entire parade, because this is something you don't want to miss. A big old John Deere tractor.
Antique tractor. It's Colton Cisco. And our horse and buggies and such. Look at all the horses out there. Look at that. Look at that pretty little gal right there in that red cowboy Santa Claus
Isn't she
outfit.
wonderful? Isn't it wonderful riding that little mare?
And there they are.
The big guy, folks.
Lafayette Fire Department with Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus up there.
Now that's getting higher and higher. That's what I was saying about the wires going to have to be set up a little bit. 'Cause, boy, they really got them. I'm sure that they would have been open any other time, but since it's a threat of rain, you know, we can't afford Santa to get sick.
That's right. Of course, we got our city police following up Santa. That's pretty much is the end, wrapping it up.
And the sheriff's department.
Let's tell them who our winners are.
Yes, sir. That's important.
All right. The best overall plaque 305 was Salon 501. The large business first place went to NCTC, and the second place went to Macon Bank and Trust Company. Small business first place.
Salon 501. And the second place went to Hayesville Inflatables.
Out of our nonprofit club category, we had our 4-H group.
Wonderful.
And look at there.
Sons of Confederate Veterans. They placed in there too.
Our church category, we had first place going to the Church of Christ.
Very deserving there too.
And the second place, Ronnie?
Lafayette Missionary Baptist Church.
Now our antique car and truck, number 52, first place ribbon went to Mike Hooten.
And Colton, was that the tractor?
That's right. That's the antique tractor.
Colton
We had that one entrance,
System.
but Colton Cisco, he won the antique tractor. Now the individual car and trucks, Joey Dyer's Vending won a first place ribbon. The pageant queen first place ribbon,
Yeah.
that went to the Macon County Fair Board.
Yes, sir. And Ivan was real enthused about that. He is a member of the Macon County Fire Board and a lot of other things here too.
And Malin Bowman, she is first place winner of our horse and buggy rider category. And Ronnie, the ATV, UTV golf cart first place ribbon, who's that go to?
That would be Mr. Royce Kirby. And that could have very well, if they had entered it, went to the chamber.
And, you know, each of them gets a cash prize. But look here, I want to show you something. High school band, the amount of that cash prize right there.
This is a donation. They don't pay the band for coming up here. This is a donation of $500 to that band. And, boy, I wish it could be $5,000. They absolutely deserve that. And once again, congratulations to all these winners. And we'd like to tell you that there was no judges in this parade from Macon County. All of them outside of Macon County. They were strangers. I think the judges done a wonderful job. Thanks to all the churches that really jumped in this year and made just a fantastic parade.
You know, the judges that were not from Macon County, they won't be able to judge next year because once you come in Macon County, you don't want to leave.
That's right. Part of them may stay here.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone, from all of us here at Country 102 Radio. Ronnie?
And also from North Central TV. We're going to break down up there, and we're going to head right over to Red Bowling Springs, and we're going to do this all over again this afternoon under the lights. And you'll be able to see that also. Thanks to Ivan for bringing us out here and putting up with us one time this year. I meet up with this. I love it, buddy. May everyone have just a blessed Christmas this year.
It ain't Christmas unless we have a Christmas parade, and it ain't Christmas unless you're here with me, my friend.
Thank you,
Love
my
you,
friend.
Ronnie.
I feel the same way, and I love you and love all of y'all. From Don Blankenship and myself, WLCT, we're out of here.
Merry Christmas.